Today, we're going to be going through some of the events for the Rogue Invitational 2022. We're going to take a look at the athletes, the lineup, the events, a couple of little predictions in there as well. The lineup this year, 3 athletes that did compete last year.
I'm Martin Sleetzies. My name is Alexei Novikov.
Howdy y'all, my name's Rob Kearney.
This is obviously the reigning champ. Novikov, I believe, came 3rd. Kearney came 5th or 6th in last year's show. So far this year, Kevin Fens comes 6th at the Shore Classic. Pavlo, he took a win at the Giants Live World Open. 4th at the World Tour Finals. Ethanor, he was at Worlds. He did come 9th at Worlds. Surprised I don't remember that. I thought I'd remember seeing him, but obviously forgotten. Then we've got Bobby Thompson. Bobby Thompson's come 3rd at the Arnolds, and he came 11th at the Shore Classic. Trey Mitchell, 7th at the Arnold, 6th at Worlds, and then he took 1st in the Shore Classic. Maxime's been very competitive this year. He was 6th in the Arnolds, 5th at Worlds, 5th at Shore, and 6th at the Giants Live Strongman Classic. Mitch Hooper is on a roll, so he's come 8th at Worlds, top 10 in his first year, 3rd at the Shore Classic, won the Arnolds, come 2nd at the Strongman Classic, 2nd at Giants Live World Open, and won the Giants Live World Tour Finals. Load of comps for him, consistently improving every single competition. Just getting better and better and better and better, ironing out little technical issues along the way, and yeah, just amazing athlete. And then we've got the boy, Novikov. Obviously done every single comp possible. Surprised he hadn't done the under 90 scene as well, just fucking running everything. 3rd in the Rogue Invitational, 2nd at the Arnolds, 3rd at Worlds, 4th at Shore Classic, 2nd at Arnolds, 1st place at the Strongman Classic, and 3rd at the Giants Live World Open. Basically done every single comp this year, fair play. Lissis has only competed a couple of times this year. Lissis is a force, so he's won the Rogue Invitational last year. He won the Arnold Classic and he comes 2nd at World. So Lissis is he's hard to beat. He's just so competitive, he's so good at what he does, and he's obviously quite good at picking and choosing his time to compete. He's not doing comp after comp after comp after comp. He's picking and choosing and preparing for the right competition. So he's prepared for this Rogue Invitational for probably a lot longer than most people because he hasn't had to do comp after comp after comp, which probably gives him a little bit of an advantage. So the events this year are a little bit different. The first event, we've got an elevated deadlift for reps instead of the max elephant bar from last year. The setup, I don't know exactly how it works. I don't know if they're pulling on a regular bar or if it's kind of like the duck walk handle that they had at Worlds that year where they had the cannonball hold. I don't know whether they've just got to rep out something like that. People seem to just be training raised height straight bar deadlift, so I'm assuming it's fairly similar to that. Mitch Hooper here pulling 488 kilo from 19 inch, mental strong. Lissis as well over here, who's repping out 1,000 pounds from 18, 19 inches, I guess this is. I'm assuming that this setup is going to be straight bar focused with the way they're training. Mitch Hooper kind of stands out as having one of the biggest deadlifts, but so does Pavlo. Pavlo's deadlifts are absolutely amazing. I think that because it's a raised height deadlift, we might see some shifts in placing that we might not have got if it was from the floor. I think that Novikov's going to fare a lot better from height. Not that he's a bad deadlifter anyway, but I think that it being from height favours Novikov and Kearney. I don't know if Rob Kearney is actually good at pulling from height, but usually those type of people that are a little bit shorter, I mean, they're not short, are they? But, they're not 6'5". When you raise that bar height, it can be the difference between it being over the kneecap or under the kneecap. Obviously, if it's over the knee, you're able to get a much more powerful position to apply force in. So I think that although the kind of favourite looking in just at the list is going to be like Mitch Hooper, I actually think Novikov and Kearney might do a little bit better on this event with it being from height. Having said that, I don't actually know the setup, so I'm just going off if that's a straight bar kind of style pull. I think I'm going to go with Novikov to take the event win on that one. I feel like, I can't remember off the top of my head, but I feel like I've seen Novikov pull from height before, and I feel like he's really good at it, like silver dollar, stuff like that. Maybe he's got a record silver dollar, I'm not 100% sure, I can't remember, I'm kind of going off a bit of memory here. But I think Novikov, although on the typical deadlift event, you'd probably favour Mitch Hooper, I would say on this setup, based on the information I got, I'm going to go Novikov to take the win on this one. Next event's the SEA Dumbbell ladder. So last year, the athletes had to clear 5 implements to finish the course. Then it was, fastest time. This year, though, the 5th dumbbell's been taken out, and they're going to have to lift 4 dumbbells and then they can rep out on the last dumbbell. 115, 124, 127, 131. Crazy heavy medley. We've seen Novikov over the course of fucking every comp with dumbbell in. He don't really lose dumbbell. He's absolutely savage at it. The first 2 events really favour Novikov. We've also got Rob Kearney there, good dumbbell presser. And Mitch Hooper's been getting better at the dumbbell as well. Although I think that the heavier dumbbells might throw him a little bit. This is a 124 dumbbell attempt, so he's close to it. He is close to it. This is obviously a slightly different dumbbell to the Sear dumbbells. I don't know whether they feel nicer or worse. You know, even though Mitchell's not quite getting this, he's near enough there though. In training, it might feel better on the day if the dumbbells are a little nicer to lift on. Trey is good at the dumbbell. I think he got 6 reps at 110 at the Shore Classic. I think that probably puts him in good stead to get 2 or 3 of the dumbbells. Pavlo, I'm not 100% sure how Pavlo is at dumbbell, but I have a feeling that he's going to be good at it. He's a very explosive athlete. Bobby Thompson's obviously got extremely powerful shoulders as well, and Lissis is a technically good lifter as well. Because they're so heavy, I don't think it's going to be a speed event per se. I think it's going to be like trying to get as many dumbbells as they can. Novikov will probably go through and end up getting 2 or 3 reps on the 130 because he's absolutely savage. So I'm going to go with Novikov for the first 2 events. But yeah, next we've got the Sandbag for distance, the Husa Sandbag for distance. I've seen the Rogue Husa Sandbags. I think I'm going to go with Pavlo on this one. I don't know why. I just have a feeling that he's going to be savage at it. I also think Mitch Hooper, Lissis, and Novikov are going to do amazing at this, but I just have a feeling that Pavlo is built for an event like this and is going to do really well. I'm going to go with winner Pavlo, and then the next 3 places somewhere in any order, Mitchell, Lissis, and Novikov. The next event, which is replacing the Wheel of Pain, is this arm over arm. It's like a load into arm over arm. I'll be perfectly honest with you, I have not seen this. I don't know how this works. I don't have a clue, to be perfectly honest with you. If I were to just predict this event based off arm over arm, then I'm going to go with Lissis, Pavlo, and Mitch Hooper. Top 3, not sure what order, but I'm just going to go with them based upon grip and back strength and leverage. But again, I don't really know what the setup of that event is. I don't know if I don't really know how it's going to work, to be perfectly honest. I'm interested to see it. So this event is the same as the 2021 Rogue Invitational. Now, Lissis came 2nd last year in this event. Klesiowski took the win. Obviously, he's not in it this year. Tom Stoltman came 3rd and JF Caron came 4th. Novikov came 5th. So this is pretty interesting because, you know, based on those stats, you would put Lissis as the favourite. He obviously beat Novi and Kearney in the last competition. Also, he beat Tom Stolt, JF Caron, Brian Shaw, Luke Stoltman. You know, so I would say that lineup of people on this event is very strong. I would say you got to put Lissis as one of the favourites for this event. However, there is Mr. Mitchell Hooper, whose yoke is so far ahead right now of everybody else at that level, and this is a speed event. These guys pretty much can all press that log for 3 reps. So it comes down to who's going to do it the fastest. Now, if Mitchell can give himself, you know, a couple of seconds on the yoke so that he has time to make every log rep perfect and still win, he could very easily take the win here. I do think that Novikov is going to speed himself up a little bit. I think he's going to learn from last year that he can't take that long. I think the Novi's going to be faster. So I'm going to go here with top 3, Novikov, Lissis, and Mitch Hooper. I think Mitch Hooper's going to take the win. That's what my prediction is. So the last event is the same as last year. It's the stones over like a hitching post. Lissis, I believe, took the win on this last year. I think he actually was faster than Tom Stoltman. I think that you're probably going to be looking at Lissis for top 2 on this again. However, let's look at Pavlo's stones, because Pavlo is obviously burst onto the scene and he's an animal at these. And just look how fast he is. I know these are Atlas stones, a little bit different, but look how fast he is at these stones and how he treats them and his leverages and just how fast his pickup and extension is. And he's really quick. So I think that Pavlo could definitely pip Lissis on this event. Mitch Hooper's obviously very fast as well. And so is Novi. So I'm going to say on this last event, I'm going to go with Pavlo again. I'm going to go with Pavlo because I like him and I hope he's got a good future. So I'm going to go with Pavlo. Yeah, Pavlo, Lissis, Hooper I'm going to go with as top 3 in this event. So who do I think is going to win overall? It's going to come down between Novikov, Hooper, Lissis, and Pavlo, in my opinion. I think who wins, I think it's going to depend on who gets in between them on what events. I think that they're going to be kind of like near about to each other on a lot of events. If 2 people get in between someone, that's a 2-point gap they can gain, etc. So it's going to be really interesting. I don't know what the result's going to be. If I had to put money on it, I would say, I'm going to say Novikov. Yeah, I'm going to say Novi. I think that Novi can get a good start on the deadlift and dumbbell. I think that he might, as long as he can hold his own on this arm over arm, I think he'll be fine. I think he'll do well on the Husfeld carry because he's a bit of a, just a gritty bastard, isn't he? The yoke into log, I feel like he'll do better than last year. The stones, I feel like he can up the pace if he needs to. I also think Pavlo and Mitchub are going to do really well though. Lissis is probably the easy bet, to be honest with you, because I think he's going to have the best preparation for it. He's going to have trained the longest for it, and he won it last year. I think Lissis is the safe bet. I'm going to go with Novi just because I think he's a boss. Plus Shannon likes Novikov. So if you ever see me shave my moustache and just have a Novi beard, you know what's going on. If you like the video, and please make sure to subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.